All right, perfect. So you've noticed that there is a project for our Unit 2 rather than an exam. So you will go ahead, click on the project that says Unit 2 project, distance. You'll click on that. It'll look like this document. It's going to be a PDF that you're going to be editing using the program Kami. So Kami is an extension that you can add to Google Chrome if you've not done that before. Go ahead and do that. So basically everyone's distance Unit 2 project will look like this. You open it up in Kami, it says open with Kami. When you open it with Kami, it looks like this. And now it's a PDF that you can edit using the extension Kami. So there's a couple of programs or a couple of parts of it that I want you to be able to use. First part is this drawing. So you can go over here and draw because there's certain parts on the actual assignment where you're going to be drawing things. And so you can use this here to draw different colors, so on and so forth. You can draw things. So however you want to use that program to draw, that'd be great. So you'll be utilizing things like that. If, and I'm assuming you will, want to include text boxes in here, so you can maybe change the font size, make it more like a 12 or 11. You can add a text box, and that might be a good thing to do when you're typing in answers. So I'll just kind of make this box a little bit bigger, maybe bigger than that. You can put in those white spots where you're going to need to put answers, you can put in your answer. So my answer is great. So you can go ahead and do that. That will go there. You can do it in other parts of it as well, where it says identify the colors. I would use the text box there, as this is a PDF, not a Google document. And so there's other parts where you're going to be calculating things. So I would love for you guys to kind of like write out or draw out your work, or if you want to do it in a different place, you can take a picture and turn it in that way. So kind of talking about the idea of pictures, the very first task is for you to take a picture of the sunset. And how do you add pictures to a Google or to a PDF using the program Kami or the extension Kami? You can kind of see down here, there's like an insert image. And as long as you have the image somewhere in your Google Drive, you can add it that way. So if I want to add an image to this portion, which I need to do, I'm going to insert image. I'm going to look at my Google Drive, see what kind of images are there. Hopefully you've taken a picture already and added it to your drive. And that way you can kind of add that picture to your drive. So I might have some weird pictures in here because of all the assignments that you guys turn in. So let's say I wanted to add a picture, this one right here. I can insert and select this image. It's going to load it, it's going to put it in, and you guys can click it and drop it and kind of resize it to be the size that it needs to be to fill in that box. So ideally, you'd take a picture of the sunset. You're going to put that image here. Other spots on the assignment, it says illustrate and explain. So if you don't want to draw on here because it's kind of a little tougher, you can always draw on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, put it on your Google Drive, and then insert it that way. There's other parts of the assignment where you're going to tell me the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons, electron configuration. And so you could always, this is not the right answer, but you could always tell me your answers here, kind of just using that writing feature. Notice that there's also orbital diagrams. And so you can kind of go through and maybe make it thinner and kind of do your orbital diagrams as well. So you're going to be utilizing Kami in this project to insert pictures, to write on the PDF, as well as insert text if you'd want to insert text, because there's a couple questions that it would be good to type out. However, the majority of them are good to show calculations. So there are 3 tasks for you to do. One is to take a picture of the sky during sunset, upload that picture, and see what happens. And you're going to answer some questions that go with it. You're going to talk to me about how light's made, and all that good stuff. Later on, you're going to go through, and because we're talking about the air and what's in the air in the atmosphere, the majority of our atmosphere is composed of nitrogen, oxygen, and argon, 99.9% of the atmosphere, actually. So I want you guys to tell me about protons, neutrons, electrons, electron configurations, orbital diagrams. Then I also ask you to find 2 elements around your house. So whatever element you find, ideally it would kind of fit in this 4p range. If you need more space, you can always add a little bit more to your electron configuration. So that would be that. That would take you all the way down to krypton. So if you see other elements that are bigger, you can always fill in a little bit more your orbital diagram. And the last one is to take a picture of some other type of electromagnetic radiation around you, and then do some calculations. So that's the project. And this is the project instead of an exam. So hopefully that is beneficial to you and you enjoy that. All right, let me know if you have any questions.